Welcome back! I'm still in Blorg mode, but Blorg's not here, it's fine. But we're here. Yes. Our far tails, that is.
We are.
We are. And we are Dylan, that's me.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm sad and I play music.
No, you have to say something different now, I decided.
Oh.
You said that last time.
I
thought something else that's fun about you.
But I want people to know the
you
things
really
about
hammer
us.
it home.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Hi, I'm Jim, and I was dared to do the entire podcast in this voice, but I'm not going to because I'm scared.
Great, and yes, we're Half Our Tales, and we are in Letwan, the land of might, magic, and meetings.
And it's episode 60. We've made it through 2 sets of 30 episodes.
Episode 60, yeah.
We are more than halfway to 100.
Yeah.
Well, more than halfway.
Technically, it's also...
We're halfway to 120 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, that's only Letwan.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
if you count all the other bullshit we've done.
Yeah, even within Letwan, technically there's 2 prologue episodes.
Oh, yes, true.
Yeah, but they don't count. But yeah, and let's find out what happened in all of those 60 episodes with a roll for a recap. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You got a 5.
Oh, okay, cool.
I got a 2.
19.
Okay, well, I guess it's me. So, in the last episode, our party qualified for the next round of the Battle of the Bands. They are going to do some chariot racing because I can't just rip off gladiators. I have to actually think of some other things. So, we're going Roman themed and we're doing a chariot fight.
So you ripped off Ben-Hur instead.
Yes. But before they go there and do that, they have had a couple of chats with people. They met Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine fame.
We did.
Who basically offered to, start riots for them if they needed.
Yep.
It's always good to have in the back pocket.
They overheard an argument within the ranks of Dragon Force and found out that they were going to some sort of meeting and sent the Backstreet Boys to go and sneak on them, spy on them, and report back.
I just realized with all the little devils and demons and now Rage Against the Machine, you're trying to plan on setting up a scene where Zach is going to go, oh, hell, can't stop us now.
I will now. Then the party found out that they need to make a chariot and they're getting to that. But before that, they went back for a steak sandwich and met Johnny Cash. The party got some items, including half a knuckle duster
And a vibrator.
and a vibrating quiver, to power them up a little bit, and a shitload of healing potions.
Yeah, like a lot.
Like a lot of healing potions.
So many.
That's not ominous at all, I swear. And then the party kind of deliberated as to what Sid would talk about in a meeting with Faust, as Faust had responded to Sid's "you up" message and has gone to meet him in a tea house, and that's where we are now. So, Faust sat down in front of you, expression unreadable, just this man who you know is incredibly powerful, but is seemingly unassuming, just this flicker of purple energy coursing through his eyes. Like, not all the time, and it's just kind of like hints of it here and there. Like how most people, you can see like blood vessels in their eyes, you see like little shoots of purple. And he sits down, the mistress of the coffee house comes over, pours him a cup of coffee, and he looks at you and says, "So, Sid, what would you like to talk about?"
Well, Faust, I'm sure you know how important town is to me, and I thought we would ensure that all parties were interested and invested in and feeling safe and secure in this meeting. So I figured we would follow the traditions in town and have an honest meeting between interested parties.
Do you cling to traditions, Sid?
I think that some of them have their place. I think that sometimes if people have figured out a good way of doing things, then doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad, and just because it's been around for a while.
I agree. I think there's a lot of truth in
As
the
a
world.
result, I have a piece of paper here for you to write down the 3 things you would like to learn in this meeting. I have a folded piece of paper in front of me, and I have my 3 things that I would like to learn here, which I will reveal when you are ready. And in front of us, I have, with the pot of boiling water that she brought, I have brewed us a bit of honest tea.
Do you think I would lie?
I think that the tradition is in place to ensure that none of us will.
Okay.
Or at least that we are showing the intention to each other that we want to have an honest conversation.
Fine. An honest conversation. And he downs a cup of honest tea. No hesitation.
Yeah, I
Didn't
drink
even
mine.
burn his throat.
I drink mine a bit more gingerly because I don't like hot stuff, too much. But I hand him, or I slide over the piece of paper with a quill. Do we have pens here and whatever?
I've long ago cast off these traditions. I'm happy to honor them for your sake, but I feel you have a lot more to gain in this meeting than I do. I'm not sure what
Potentially,
I
but
want to
that's
hear
the
from
point
you.
of the. I suppose that's the point of the entire thing is that it ensures that both sides feel that that it's a meeting that they know what they're going into, and that they feel that it meets their expectations, and that they can take on the weight of the meeting if they would like to.
And what would you like the meeting to be about, Sid?
Well, that's what I have written right here. As soon as you're ready to go.
I'm ready.
So I slide mine over, and the first thing that is written on there is, I want to learn what happened with my dad. The second item on there is, I want to learn more about the tears between realms and how they are impacting this world. And the third is, I want to learn how to take down Roman.
And you see what he's written on his piece of paper is that, and it's very just kind of like matter-of-factly, he's not doing the same kind of like flary, my intentions are to speak about this. It's just your companions,
Okay.
your experiences in town,
Okay.
and your thoughts on the Hoots Force.
Well, as you know, as tradition states, we both are allowed to scratch out anything that we do not feel comfortable.
Now comes the sparring section
Absolutely.
of this.
And as I'm sure you could have expected, because I think this is an important meeting between the two of us, the first item on your list, I would like to cross out.
Do you not value your companions, Sid?
I highly value my companions, which is why this meeting between us is my decision and what I would like to do, and I don't push that upon them. And this is when they are not here to speak of themselves, to speak for themselves. I shan't do it for them.
Do you maybe think it's not better for you to speak on them, lest if I were in your shoes, Sid, I probably wouldn't trust me, right? You probably want to do this because it's
I do.
a shield, a crutch, some safety.
It is. And as a
And
result,
would you not be thinking that by deflecting on questions about your companions that you maybe bring in unwanted attention? There's clearly something to hide about them.
No, it's not that at all. It's that, for one, I'm letting this pass, but you have gotten into the questioning before the meeting has begun. So you are already breaking tradition. So we can count that as one strike already. If there are 3, then I do walk.
Fine.
And as tradition states, you need to honor the fact that I have said I do not wish to speak about my companions, which you are already trying to push the topic on.
I'm not trying to push a topic. I'm merely presenting hypothesis.
Which is
And
on a topic which I have stated that I do not wish to speak about.
I believe the topic is more about you that I had pushed, not about your companions. It's about how you feel about them, how I maybe
And that's
feel about
fine.
them.
Let's keep that focused on me. And I scratch out companions.
Fine.
Except for Fink. You can talk about Fink. Fink's at my feet in this very high-end place.
Yeah, it's just like a little water bowl, like a doggy bowl.
Which I've put nobility into.
Okay.
I'm fine with the others.
You're fine with the others. In terms of your father,
Do you know him? Did you know him?
perhaps, who was he?
He was, I can tell you about my mother. And the thing is I don't know much about my father. My mother was Aisling, one of the very high-end dreamers. So you maybe know of her. She was a bit younger than you, but maybe now have heard of her, or perhaps have seen her if you're doing any type of looking into town. But yeah, my mother was Aisling. My father, I know he went to investigate the Hoots Force.
Interesting. Maybe we could make a concession in that we discuss your feelings about the Hoots Force and your father in one point.
That's fine. Yeah.
Done. What's the third point you'd like to discuss? Or the second point, I guess.
My second point was that I want to learn more about the tears between the realms.
Gladly.
I think both of us have some information. I have noticed that your team have things they can't do that I can, and you probably know some more about why this is happening than I do. So, in the essence of honoring town, I think sharing knowledge is always the way forward.
I've already agreed.
And yeah, the third is, I don't think you like Roman too much as you all try and act like your buddies on stage. And I don't like him neither.
Fine.
Okay. And then yours, my experience in town. I'm happy to talk about my experience in town, and certainly happy to talk about the thoughts on the Hoots Force.
Excellent. Well, why don't you give me your thoughts on the Hoots Force?
Well, as you can imagine, the Hoots Force have really done nothing but be harmful in my life, in what I've run into. They took away my actual father. They took away the only father figure I have known. They question the sanctity of town and try and destroy the people's views on how worthwhile it is and the neutrality of town. Yeah, I suppose in my existence, I have not seen the Hoots Force be anything than a band of bullies. And for as great of protectors and bringing safety as they claim to be, your underlings seem to more see that they've gotten there as a way to push their power on others and make others feel lesser in any time. And I don't know if you're aware that they act like that. I'll go into this with the thoughts that maybe you're not aware of how just fucking awful your little dogs are. But yeah, they're rabid dogs. Everyone I've met.
Many have you met?
6.
Interesting. Matches up with the 6 tattoos.
Huh. It does. Remember it, I'm on honesty.
And you feel that the rest of Lethwan shares your opinions on the Hoots Force?
I think a lot of Lethwan isn't aware of what's going on, but most people that I have met that have had a one-on-one interaction with any Hoots Force member, as opposed to just hearing about them in passing, I actually don't think I've met a single person that has had a one-on-one interaction with them that has walked away with a positive feeling.
And yet, thousands upon thousands of people have gathered here in this city to celebrate the Hoots Force, and dozens of people
will always be
them.
swayed by propaganda.
They will.
They will.
They will.
So that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Or do people
for a while,
the truth?
I spent a month traveling with a man that every day made people laugh and feel joy, and they came because they wanted to hear this joy and experience this joy. Was this man joyful? Not an ounce of him. He was the most miserable clown I have ever met in my life. And he was just that, a clown.
So really the underlying message that we're trying to get to is that not everything it appears on the surface, and that there are deeper truths in the world.
Yeah. I mean, big gaping versions of that dotted around.
And how do you feel about the truth and the pursuit of it?
Oh, I think that's the most important thing there is.
How far would you go for that?
I mean, I think this is an interesting topic that I'm very eager to talk about, because there's always been a problem of those that don't realize that there needs to be a moral stopping point with things. And that when you start putting more of your own thoughts into things, like the same way that's happened with a lot of the elders in town, where just truth and knowledge starts being outweighed by the politics of it. And then people lose sight of the morality that's supposed to come with the
I
knowledge.
agree.
I mean, I feel like if you do agree and if you do think that, then there needs to be more than 3 months academy training for your Hoots Force members because they don't seem to get the message at all.
My Hoots Force members are handpicked
To be bullies?
to carry out their duties. If that involves bullying, yes,
It shouldn't teach them to be protectors.
they are protectors.
Of what? Of
the-
you?
Sometimes.
You don't seem like you need that.
Not always.
Like, I don't know. What are you protecting when there's a band that stumbles across a portal, doesn't know what it is, and then that just want to get drunk and party, and then you have some book-wielding nerd slaughter all of them?
Whatever the Hoots Force do in the line of duty is, to them, the best course of action. And if that involves slaughtering people to save others, to preserve things as they should be preserved, well then, that is unfortunately a price that needs to be paid.
Preserve as they should be. What does that mean? Preserve what?
Lethwan.
What's happening to Lethwan?
You know what's happening to Lethwan. It's one of your points.
Okay, but why is slaughtering people helping to restore Lethwan? And no, you know what? That's the thing. I know the symptoms of what is happening to Lethwan. I do not know the cause. I do know theories, hypotheses, giant spears being thrown by
What?
belligerent gods.
What are your theories?
Nothing but theories. That's it. That's why I'm here to ask you.
The truth is a difficult thing, Sid. It means something different to different people. And depending on your understanding of Lethwan, of magic, of the universe, of the realms, of the gods, truth is different. If you truly want to figure out and find out what's happening, and he looks up at your circlet, you have the means to delve as I have delved. I can sit here and I can preach the truth to you. Will you understand it? Will you accept it? I don't know.
You could try me. That way I'm not doing something that literally everyone has said is a bad idea.
Everyone in town?
Well, my mom, so we'll tread careful.
Do you think that people in town, the elders of town, the dreamers of town, all have an agenda? You had said as much earlier.
The elders, yeah. The elders are pricks.
I agree. So
like-
constraining.
But my mom has seen a lot.
In Valaga, we are progressing at a rate that has never before been seen in Lethwan. The technological and magical wonders that are there surpass anything in town. Do you know why?
Yeah, I do.
Why is that?
Because you don't close the portals.
See, and this is my point, Sid. What you've said is true, but it's not the truth. It's not the truth to the question.
You're pulling the power from them.
This is not
Through the highways.
the answer. We are progressing so much in Valaga because we are unrestricted. We do not have the shackles of the teachings of town, the bindings of tradition. We are untethered. We have the freedom to pursue knowledge, to expand our horizons. That is what town has been keeping from you.
All my entire life, I've just been pushed to learn more and more. I've never been told to stop.
Yes, but what do they do with it? Yes, they share information. They divvy it out, judging people who it is worth. What is your creed, Sid? That power must be protected, conserved. Knowledge is power. But that power is held by a small group of individuals, doled out to leaders in meetings like this. Oh, are your motives pure? Yes, you can have this. No, we think you'll do wrong or evil with this. You can't have this. I don't want any of that.
So you just want those that would do harm to have the capability to do harm.
I want all things to be equal.
That's a great thing to say, but historically that has not ever been used for the benefit of anyone.
Did you know, and you probably do, maybe, that war is responsible for the majority of all technological advancement?
I know, and that is a problem of humanity and should be seen as a problem of humanity.
But did you know that you're a ranger, correct? You probably studied with Herman.
Yeah.
Has he not explained to you that in nature, the strongest survive?
How well do you know Herman?
That was not one of your points. Sid.
I want to know, though.
I can answer that if you'd like to disband this meeting.
No, I don't. I mean, you're always allowed to answer things outside of it, but
Herman, as I'm sure you're aware, would say that beasts and humanity alike, the strongest of them go and survive by the strife that they come through, that they experience.
There's
comes
that
to
word
strength.
again. What is with Lethwan and this strength comes strife thing? And
Exactly what I've explained to you, Sid.
and what were they called? Oh, I'm trying to somebody else's memory. I'm trying to look through. What was that cult called? The cult of division?
There was a cult of division, yes.
That was one of their mottos.
It was.
What does that even mean?
Exactly what I've explained, that from strife comes strength, from animosity comes advancement.
So your view is to just perpetuate, but that's the opposite of what the Hoots Force says they're trying to do. Say they're trying to maintain a peace. But if you feel like keeping discord and keeping war going,
Sid, the time for discord and war and division is over. The time for unity is now.
but then how do we continue to advance if you're saying that the only way to advance is through...
Because we've had that. We have eliminated the warring factions. We've brought everyone under the glorious Hootsman.
So there's no more advancement to be made.
Oh, there's plenty of advancement to be made, but it's happening. And if such a time that advancement stalls, well then, nature will run its course. I am nothing if not a conduit of nature, Sid. This is something that you should understand as a ranger. I simply want to see the chaos of everyday life run its course.
You've kind of skipped over something that you said you would do all at once, which was tell me what's going on with my dad.
Well, I said we could talk about your dad, with
Yeah.
your father, if I knew him. I don't.
He seems to be a specific memory that was plucked from the minds of everyone in town.
That seems about right.
Right for what?
If I had to imagine, I would say potentially for, well, to keep a secret for the most part, to protect him, maybe, to hide him, to stop prying eyes.
Who would be hiding him?
An excellent question. Who are his enemies?
You! So if you don't know him, but you're the only enemy I can think of that would be looking for him,
Quite a quandary, isn't it?
so was he plucked from your memory as well?
I think logically we could assume that.
Do you know Ashling?
I do know Aisling.
And you don't know my dad?
I don't.
So someone got in your mind too?
There are very few people who could get in my mind, Sid.
Lou being one of them?
Lou is not a person. Lou is a god.
Is he though?
Oh, yes. He's the most powerful god.
He's just hanging out with you guys.
We could only be so blessed.
So is he not hanging out with you guys?
I don't see anyone else here.
What?
He's not hanging out here.
No, like in Valaga.
Lou is not in Valaga. But at the same time, Lou is everywhere.
Ugh. Hate that shit. I'm just gonna ask.
Sure.
Is Lou the Hootsman?
What makes you think that?
Because somebody said that theory to me.
It's an interesting theory. He wields a spear. He is multi-talented. He is incredibly powerful, extremely powerful. He could, if he wanted, level armies with a single swipe of his spear. He could
Which he did.
probably leap from one end of that one to the other if he chose. He is, for all intents and purposes, a god amongst men.
So
Is he Lou? No.
No. Was he an avatar of Lu?
That is a more difficult question.
Oh.
What becomes an avatar? Now we're getting into theology.
Yeah, no, I'm real weak at this part of it.
I could teach you if you'd like.
Go for it.
What do you know of the gods? What base level of understanding are we working with here?
That they're pricks. They don't do anything for anybody. That like sometimes people can channel some magic when they feel like that their narcissism has been peaked enough. That Ioun seems to be the only one that I've ever respected by any means because she's like, don't give me shit. Learn. I've never understood why the priests of Ioun were always like worshiping her. Like, it's not what she's into.
Would you say you have a connection to Ioun?
No. I think she just likes learning. Like me. So am I similar? Yeah. Are there ways I think I'm similar to you? Yeah.
There it is. So there is a deep lack of understanding.
Well, then tell me.
It's all about connection, Sid.
How?
How do you close the portals?
Follow the ritual that somebody taught us by having items that from that area.
Yes, and then?
So you do know how to close them.
Of course.
And you don't close them.
Exactly.
So you can keep them open to siphon power.
Not quite.
Then why?
Maybe it benefits me.
How?
More power is more chance at learning, and more chance of advancement.
Okay, fair.
I just want all things to be equal, Sid.
What does that mean? Things
What
will
do you
always,
mean? What does it mean?
Not everything
things are
can
not
be equal.
Why not?
Okay, look at a mother bear and then look at her cubs. Are they of equal power? Should they be? The child does not have all of the understanding of the world or anything at that point, nor does it have the experiences. So the mother is there with its power to protect it.
But all of those cubs should have an equal opportunity to become a mother themselves or a father themselves and grow and develop into what they should be.
Well, equal opportunity is different from...
No, it's not. It is a pathway to equality.
Technically, we're talking about equity more than...
We build things brick by brick. First, strife, then strength, then advancement, then equality. What's so hard to understand about that, Sid? Do you not look at the world? Have you not come from town where everyone is equal, where you had appreciated that? Is that one of the best things about town? And then you look at everything around you, all in this world, all across all of that one, where people are dying from famine, hunger, thirst, all of this, because they are not equal. They are not afforded the equal opportunities to fulfill their own potential, Sid.
But then I see your dogs go out and cut people down because they have not been afforded an equal level of information.
Because they are standing in the way of that equality.
They don't know and have asked questions. Being cut down for saying, what is that? For being abandoned in a twisting and turning mind because they didn't understand what they had seen. And there was fear that they may know things. That seems like your people stifling knowledge. And that is why they are rabid dogs. Because you may have these ideals, but you, unlike that mother bear, does not at all put the ways to survive a world with me in it into its people.
There's perhaps a fundamental difference of understanding here.
Perhaps.
I had hoped that I could share my vision.
I think your vision sounds nice, but my problem is that I have not seen it exacted in a way that brings about any of what you've talked about. I've only seen it in a worst case scenario. You talk such shit about the elders of town, and then I see you do it in a worse way than they are. Now, if you were showing me a way that you were doing it different, but you just talk about equality, but I've not seen it at all. I just see the power held and hidden and taken for yourself because you need to get stronger so you can learn more. At what point? Where does it end? Where do you get strong enough that you start trying to stop hunger? That you start trying to stop the ignorance and
the loss of life. What point do you need to get to before you start doing good stuff? Why not just do it now? It's all great to jump from one side of Lethawan to the other.
I will answer you with your own words. The gods are pricks.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe because we're kind of button heads on this, so maybe it's a good segue because there is a man who thinks of himself as a god in his own little universe. And that is Roman. And how the fuck do we kill him?
Has he approached you yet to ask you to kill me?
Not me, but yeah.
But your companions, which we cannot talk about.
Yeah.
Do you know what he is?
I do? Well, to an extent. Like, I know what he isn't, if that makes sense. I don't have a good understanding of what he is.
He's a devil.
Yeah, but I don't know necessarily what that means.
He is from the outer realms.
Okay.
You have been to what I would call the neighboring realms, the reflections of this material plane.
I also went to some, like, elementally places. Just because I can't stop talking.
The elemental chaos is an interesting place, Sid.
That's a cool name. I didn't know it was called that.
It is part of the building blocks of everything. It's permeated by chaos itself, but flavored into its unique specifications.
Fair enough.
The Shadowfell and the Feywild are reflections.
Oh, like a dark and a light place?
A simplistic way of thinking about it, but yes.
Fair enough, yeah.
But beyond that is the outer realm, where those pricks live.
They're actually there. Okay.
The only way to glimpse or observe these outer realms is through the Dream Theater.
Okay.
That's why town does not want you to pierce that veil, but I have pierced the veil, Sid. And beyond it, a dark tranquility, a place of shivers and voids, and therein, there are the wonders at your feet.
Do we need something from there to take down Roman?
No, I think he should be destroyable here.
Okay.
But devils are powerful, they're tricky. They seem to have been angels at one point. All come from the one place.
Oh,
I
really?
can give you more power if you would like, Sid.
I wouldn't. I thank you. But that seems like just a bad thing. I don't want to get into that. You know what, we may be on opposite sides, but I think we're similar in a lot of ways, and I don't want to get into a thing of like owing each other.
You wouldn't owe me anything.
These things always come with strings.
There would be a connection.
Yeah, see, everything's connected, right? There will
Yes.
be a bit of you in my portal, and that sounds real bad.
Look,
I got a question. It's not one of the things that we wrote on here, but maybe. So you said that the gods, Lu, is here with us at all times. So if someone was in league with him and had negative feelings about him,
yes.
it would be very difficult for them to voice those feelings because he would always be able to be aware of them.
I believe your understanding of these things is too simplistic. There is no, as I'm sure you're aware, there's no back and forth communication between the gods. Do the gods care about us? Do they care about the strife that we have here? Probably not. We have seen nothing to think of that.
A lot of things pointing to Lu maybe caring.
Lou probably does care. Can he influence it? I don't know.
He's given a lot of people power, some people not. Seems to be his own little bargaining chips.
As of many other clerics cast miracles in the names of their gods.
I suppose just why do you follow him?
I think he's the right choice.
You think there has to be a choice?
I think that if we want unity, he should be it. He is a god of multiple skills, denominations, various people from various walks of life, from fishermen to fighters, have all sought Lu and found strength within that faith. And I think that can be shared amongst many people. And right now, even amongst the gods and the followers of the gods, if you've been to that temple,
I have.
even amongst the draconic gods, they can't decide if they're worshipping Bahamut or Tiamat. And we just had one god above that all. That's one more step in unity.
Interesting.
There's no reason to think that Lu can't be a conduit for it all. He is a god of poets. Poetry contains knowledge. What use of Ayun? He is a god of fighters. What use of Cord?
I feel like that's not a good road to go down. I don't know if I can fully express why not, but that doesn't feel right.
It's not about your feelings, Sid. It's about knowing what is right, and it's about the conviction to strive ahead and do it anyway.
Isn't faith all just feelings anyway?
We're not talking about faith here, though.
Ah,
We're talking about a real, true path to power, to unity, to equality.
look, main thing, we danced around it. How do we take down Roman?
Kill him. He should die to normal weapons. Silver is probably your best bet.
Silver,
Yes.
would you like for us to?
Yes.
Why?
You know, Sid, I haven't had a conversation like this in a while. It's been interesting. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. Roman was someone I used to know. He worked, I guess you would call it, in that cult you mentioned before.
Okay.
He stayed here to try and make something of himself. Well, I guess he attracted the wrong attention.
He worked in that cult as a devil.
No, he wasn't a devil when I knew him.
Oh, what? He turned into one?
Seems that way.
I didn't know that could happen.
There's a lot that can happen in this world.
Did he do that from sucking in power from the portal?
Maybe.
Oh, through. Oh, interesting.
Look, I think that's all we have time for.
Yeah,
if you would like more information at any point, I think we can speak again. But Sid, I really think there's something there for you, for your companions. If you want to understand the Hoots Force, understand what we're doing, understand our vision, and not everyone in the Hoots Force does. Sometimes a tool is just needed.
I feel like most of them don't. Yeah.
Yeah, most of them don't.
At least maybe the next batch you get in as replacements will do all right.
Maybe. Look, I don't care about the Hoots Force that you killed.
Okay.
If they were defeated by you, they don't deserve to be here.
Hey now.
I'm just letting you know where I stand. I want stability. I want to bring order to chaos. I want everything as it should be. And I've seen it. As I said, I've pierced that veil, Sid. I've seen the cosmos written in the dreams of the people of Ethwan. Each mind, like the tendrils of a fungus, spreading out, seeking others to share resources, share information, to experience each other, to understand each other, to understand the world. So all building connections. But the gods, Sid, the ones who've made us, what connection is there?
I don't know.
Should we not, as a people, have the power for ourselves? And if that means...
Oh, so your plan is take them down. Ah, there we go. So those tools that can be thrown out or, thrown, that can be discarded if they don't serve the right purpose anymore, like your Hoots Force, that extends to one other that you see as a multifaceted tool at the moment. I don't know where blasphemy stands. I'm not asking you to be blasphemous, but...
If there's a gap in your knowledge when you're studying, do you read around it different forms of study and hoping to shore up your argument with extraneous detail? If you build a wall and it cracks, do you just plaster over it? Ignore it? Pretend it's not there? No, you have to seek out the weak points, the root of the problem, destroy it and rebuild. If I have to destroy and rebuild what I've made over and over again until we reach this unity, I will do it. But I would like the most powerful people to be with me. If people in the Hoots Force cannot stand that, well, from strife comes strength.
Huh.
And you've been through a lot, Sid.
I have. It's been a tough, not many years of my life.
And I see a lot of potential in you.
Me too.
Well, That's all I have time for, Sid.
All right. Yeah, I mean, the honesty is going to wear out, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was actually pleasant. So.
Again, I do not sit here to be unpleasant to you. I want everyone to have a chance. I want you to have a chance. I just want you to have the strength to recognize what you have to do to sit here with me, to strive with me.
Fair enough. And I suppose as we're both learning and progressing on our way, and you have your tools that you're using, if for the meantime you can think of me as quality control. Because the next time I see a tool that behaves like some of the other ones have done, I will continue to toss them out.
And I will thank you for it.
Fair enough.
If I may suggest, Roman is a tool that I've long discarded.
Fair enough.
And he stands up and he leaves.
Cool. And after he leaves, I take out the recorder that I had asked for from town.
Yeah,
and
nice.
I press stop.
I got it all.
I love that one of your notes is just people.
Where's that? Oh yeah, no, because he was talking about Lou at that point, and he was like people being the operative word. I have some fucking wild theories. I'll save it for the
Yeah.
I've had that in my head the whole time that I've had that recorder going. And I'm like, because I don't know if that will be benefit, but like, oh. Well, I'm gonna skedaddle back to my companions.
Yep.
Oh, hey Sid, how'd it go?
Hey, everybody, into a room. And Abbott, is Abbott around? Has Abbott already left?
I can always be around.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I just have to finish my steak stand.
You can bring it with you. You've had like 4 so far.
Yes.
And put up your little due to silence so people around can.
Of course.
Hey, Michaela, you here too, right?
Sid, I'm always here. I'm always
And I'm gonna
ready.
just press play
Okay.
Okay.
and let everybody.
54 minutes later.
He said a lot, but didn't say.
No, he
much
danced
at the
around
same
a lot
time.
of stuff. Yeah.
No, Mom, I think you're wrong. I've got some fucking buck wild theories.
You know, Bren, you deserve a chance to get back in my good books. So yes, let's hear it.
And can I just say about Lou and the Hootsman?
Yes.
You all said I was mad, but there's clearly a connection there. He's an avatar of the Hootsman.
Now he said that he's not. You said the Hootsman is Lou, and he said no. So I think now we all get to point and laugh at you.
If I cut off your arm, is it still a part of you?
Well, I don't know. Ask my fingers.
Well, let me ask them, and I take them out of my pocket.
Why do you have them? You clearly seem to think they're your fingers now.
Well, I've probably had them almost as long as you did at this point. Should I just go fucking wild with this?
Main
you wanna
thing we
hear
learned
this?
is that you were an angel.
No.
He said.
No, you fundamentally misunderstood what he said.
He said
Sid.
that devils were angels.
He said that devils were angels, but I'm not a devil. I've been exposed to hell energy.
Nah, you're an angel. Look at you, a little sweetheart over there. Look at it, Melody. Look at how cutesy.
I want
With
to
his
be
little
angry,
wings.
but I love what you're saying. He said a lot there, and he spoke
Yeah.
about connection an awful lot. And then he spoke about, strife being strength and culling the weak, and then raising one above all and connecting all of the people of Lethuan. I think he wants to take all of the people of Lethuan and turn them into a big god. He wants to hive mind us. What's the word? He wants to singularity us. He wants to put in place, and he was very clear about this, a one above all. A god of gods who can bring stability and equality, and what is more equal than everyone being the exact same?
No, yeah, I mean, he wants himself to be above everything else.
I don't get that vibe. I think he wants pure equality.
Yeah, but I think he sees himself being the one.
It's more equal than others.
Yeah. Look at the way he's pushed for this strength for himself.
He mentioned numerous times that the gods are pricks.
Yeah.
And that the gods are kind of the ones stopping him from doing what he wants, was the implication.
Yeah.
But then he said that keeping the portals open helped him achieve his aims.
Yeah.
So does that mean keeping the portals open weakens the gods? Because he's made it very clear his aim is to kill the gods or to stop the gods, or at the very least condense them into Lu and use him as a one above all.
Yeah, I don't know. A bit of siphoning. He seemed to discard the idea of siphoning because I said it a couple times.
Multiple times.
So it's
so
more
if it's
like
not siphoning, is it the opposite? Is it
Did
exuding
he discard
something?
it, or did he just dance around it?
No, he very much said no.
Yeah, I felt like he said no.
He said no, siphoning wasn't it.
Well, he said
Sorry.
that my understanding
Sorry, very
was
quickly. DM, he said no.
like he said that that my understanding of it was too simplistic. That it helps him towards his goal, not that it gives him power.
So if we say Amelia's there, like scratching her head, like, okay, so his goal is unity, and somehow the portals being open
Furthers
is helping
his goal.
Right? I think that's
He works
I think it's
against.
pretty clear.
He worked against the cult of division. Well, he didn't say that,
He didn't say
but
that.
he's all about connection. But then he also used the cult of division's strength breeds strife.
Yeah.
That was them, wasn't it?
yeah. That was them. And
So
he,
their
And he
whole
said
thing
he
is
was
calling
with
knows
that cult when
when Roman was
in it.
So that was all about culling the wheat from the chaff, right? Or the chaff from the wheat, or whatever that phrase is.
Yeah, the curse from the way.
Yeah, you get rid of the weak so that only the strong remain, right?
Yeah.
And that's his whole vibe. He doesn't care if we kill Hoot's Force because that means we're stronger than them.
Yeah, I liked that I was given a free pass to kill Hoot's Force.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I did.
So he's all about everybody getting as strong as possible, even if to the detriment of those he deems weak. He doesn't mind if they fall by the wayside.
Yeah.
He wants connection, and he's connecting the realms through portals, I guess.
Yeah, but to what end?
I don't know. He's got an avatar of Lu,
Maybe-
if not Lu
oh.
himself.
Wait, you know how all the areas where the portals hit, they kind of bleed into each other?
Yes. Is he trying to?
Make them all one.
Well, that's it. Is he tethering the realms together to merge them together?
Yeah, turn it into a pancake.
He referred to the elemental chaos as the building blocks of everything.
Yeah.
Did he mean that literally? Is he going to use it to forge a new world?
Yeah.
With him as the one above all?
Yeah.
Is he going to bring a race of atomic supermen with him?
Will my skin be blue? Is that cool?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Not as cool as red.
Okay, yeah, well, I mean, red's not my color. It clashes with my hair too much.
But my question is, we have a very good guess at what he wants to do, how he wants to do it. But my question is, what about those he deems, well, strong? We know what he means for those who are deemed weak. Those
But
he said he wants to bring the strongest with him.
But I feel like, see, that's the problem. What?
He said that if there is a gap in your knowledge, do you dance around it or do you not study it? And he has something connected to Lu in the Hootsman.
Yeah, so
Do
he
you
can
think
study
that-
it. That's why I asked that about.
But is he's studying Lu to find the weakness of the gods?
Yeah.
So does that mean that he has Lu held captive and is channeling Lu's power
No,
into a chosen warrior?
I
Maybe.
think he's maybe pretending to follow Lu. That's why I was asking all that.
Why
That's
would
my,
he pretend to follow Lu?
so he can learn, so he can be close, so he
Okay,
can study.
so he's feigning.
That's why I said that about discarding a tool.
Okay, but what is... So, there's a huge connection with Lu and the Hoots Force. And the Hoots man, I should say. And he all but said that this guy has the powers of something well beyond any mortal,
Yeah.
if not deific.
Yeah.
So what is it, if not an avatar of Lu or Lu himself?
No, I mean, yeah, it might be.
So, he's going to find the weakness through interaction with this Lu. And he mentioned Lu becoming, the one god that is better than all other gods because they can study like Ioun, he can fight like such and so, he can XYZ. But clearly he doesn't intend to raise Lu as a one above all.
I just have this stupid idea in my head that, like, You know how your idea about him like using everybody, using all the people,
Yes.
to like power something. That and with it being Lou, if it was like Lou Bega and he's like a little bit of Monica.
Is the
Straight up no. Straight up, that's a direct no from me.
do gods get stronger the more people pray to them, Abbott?
Yeah, you got NPCs you can talk to. Mm-hmm. Oh, religion and theocracy, not my strongest point of study, but I believe that is a commonly held belief with the clerics, and that is why a number of clerics seem to put a lot of weight on how pious they are and how much faith they have, so that, you know, they can be empowered by the gods that they themselves empower.
So,
And he also spoke about, there was a slight undercurrent of wanting to get rid of all of the other
Yes, so
gods,
if he
statues
can-
in the temples and things like that.
if he
Yeah.
can supplant the faith of other gods and transfer it over to Lu, i.e., why would you worship Ione when Lu can do it just as good? Why would you?
Yeah.
Then he can
And I
basically
believe you-
take the faith of.
Read that in the cleric's journal, no?
Yeah.
Did we? I can't remember.
She was dedicated to Ayun and
And
didn't
changed
get anything from
to
it, so
Lu.
changed over to Lu.
So he is taking all of the power of faith, or the connection between. He's harnessing the connection between mortals and the gods through faith
Yeah.
to superpower Lu, or at least to create a repository of power in Lu,
And then he's able to get that power.
and then he can take it. I'm not sure about the last part, but for certain, he's erasing the power of all the other gods and transferring it into Lu through this connection.
Wonder if we can get that. Like, if you guys pray to me.
Did you, when your fingers were being cut off, did you pray to me?
No.
Okay, because you got weaker after that by 2 fingers.
Melody, I think, at this point, kind of chimes in, and they're like,
Chimes is a great word for melody.
you know, I think there's something here, but think of how much the Hootsman is worshipped.
Yeah.
How many songs are written about the Hootsman?
The Hootsman is.
Is he trying to do the same thing to Lou and the Hootsman on opposite ends?
You mean he's trying to create a connection between the people of Lethuan and the hero that is the Hootsman through hero worship?
Maybe?
Wait. The battle of the bands. The crowds cheering for the different bands.
Yeah. You think they're like churches to the heroes of Lethuan?
Yeah.
But all that faith and all that belief is going through them to the Hoots Force, which is ultimately the Hootsman.
But if I defeat someone in the arena and the crowd cheers for me, why don't I get stronger? Why would the Hootsman?
I don't know.
What if the
But do we?
What if the arenas are cathedrals or churches to the Hootsman, so that any of this energy generated by the hero worship and the crowds is in an ordained space that would channel it into his chosen hero?
Abbott, you had one.
Abbott, you did have one. Was there any special preparation in your arena?
No, we
Built
were
it.
an unofficial Battle of the Bands. We were sent, there was no, Dragon Force won that Battle of the Bands, but we're not sent directly to Valega afterwards, but
Do you know?
You still had
Have
Dragon Force there.
hang on.
Do you know what the Sorry, go on.
No,
Do you know what the regulations are for it to be an official Battle of the Bands? And how common are official Battle of the Bands compared to the indie scene?
Melody pipes up at this point and says, well, I mean, like the most official ones are the ones on the main stage at Valega.
In
Okay.
Valega.
So that area is consecrated to take the energy and channel it straight into the Hootsman.
Or is
In-
there a reason why the people that receive the most praise get brought into the Hoots Force?
Yeah.
The whole popularity contest thing,
Yeah.
where bards are being used to go around and sing songs and
Drum up worship.
drum up worship. Fuck.
I knew songs were a bad idea. This is what I've been saying from the beginning, Melody.
Hey, shut up, Sid, okay? I didn't know. Abbott chimes in and he's like, and I keep thinking back to what he's saying about connection. And Brent, I've been studying this piece of paper that you handed over to me.
Oh, yes.
You had previously handed over the contract.
The contract, yeah.
Now, I'm still very much trying to figure out what exactly this does and the power within it. But from what I can tell, you were told that this would empower you, correct?
Yes.
It seems like it does so by, it didn't make sense before, but manipulating connection between either you and him, but I haven't quite figured out what the connection is, but something that would allow you to draw power. And it seems that you were connected through him, and I wasn't sure if that was just the soul thing or what, but there's definitely something more there.
It would bind our souls together?
Perhaps, I'm not sure.
Is it a connection because you're like the same?
No, I think it's more that it is establishing a connection.
Oh, I
it is
see.
not because of an existing one. The magic in this and the power of it would come from when he signs it, and link would be created to him, empowering him.
If I get stronger, does he get weaker?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. Also, can you code all my weapons in silver?
I'm sure we can get Johnny to
Yes, sorry.
figure some things out. Yes.
Fantastic. Let's surmise.
Yes.
We know now that Faust is the crux of the Hoot Force. It is his organization.
Yeah.
Everything in it, presumably even the Hootsman himself,
Yeah.
is there by Faust's design.
It certainly seems that way, yeah.
Okay, Faust is using this newfound hero worship that didn't exist in Letuan really before the War of Division to channel people's worship and faith into, well, we're not exactly sure yet, but he's found some repository for it, be it mortal or divine. And we know at the same time he is siphoning faith in other gods away to achieve a similar end with Lu as a repository.
I mean, yeah, that all sounds about right.
He means to remake Letuan or to merge Letuan and the reflective close planes at a minimum to create a new world in
Where everything is equal.
his
where
image of equality.
Everything is not sandwiched together.
It's a smorgasbord.
Level.
I feel like we're missing something, the crux of it all.
I think there is another person that may be very interested in tidbits of this recording that maybe would have some answers for us on that.
Is it your
You're not saying
underground friend?
Roman, are you?
I am. They knew each other in the past, and he used this power to become a devil. He wasn't a devil to begin with.
If we can find out how he became a devil, we
Yeah.
might be able to find out how whatever's happening with the Hootsman is happening.
Yeah.
True. There's other advantages too. If we can work out how he became a devil, maybe we can turn off some of his power or work out how to gain more power ourselves. Although that sounds like it might be dangerous.
Also, sorry to say, but Roman may be one of the strongest tools that we have in our workbench against Faust right now.
Sometimes when I'm really angry, I break my tools.
So maybe he's not a tool we need to discard yet.
Speak for yourself. I'm going to kill him. The first opportunity I see, I'm going to kill him.
I don't think you should do the first opportunity. What did you tell me over and over about the Hoots Force? Not to kill them right away, first opportunity that I saw.
Yes, I did say that. But then, Sid, you convinced me otherwise, and I hanged one of them, so... And, you know, would I really be a rash youth if I didn't go back on my word now and then?
Because if a devil can help us maybe find a way to stop this guy, not through a deal,
Sid,
but
better the devil you know. And I point at myself. We've been through this.
you said that you weren't really a devil, though.
No.
You
Do you
yourself
yeah,
just
but do you think
said
we can
that.
trust Roman? Like he's
No.
So,
No, we certainly can't trust
so what
him.
we
But
go?
what we
what-
can trust is that he hates Faust.
Yeah, we
okay.
know that he's already asked Bren to kill him.
Exactly. So
Well,
we
then-
can use that
What if
hatred
what if I meet with him again and I can ask him these questions?
Maybe.
He seemed to be pretty on the up and up with telling me what was going on for a devil.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
I mean, didn't
Okay.
you say he said something about like it was up to you to figure out how,
Yes.
and that's the only thing stopping him from killing you?
Yes, right after he said I was the most good-looking person he'd ever seen.
Ah, right. Yes.
So he must be trustworthy. Okay. So, again, and it's scratching my brain wrong, but there's something we're missing. And it's crucial to all of this, and I hesitate to draw plans until we know exactly what it is, lest we usher one of these greater threats along on their merry way to victory.
Do you want to think about it while we go look for some ice?
Yes. Yes, I do, Sid. That will be ice.
Because, I don't know, man. I'm real tempted tonight to just glance a little further than I ever felt comfortable to.
You know, I can stand next to you with some cold water if it looks like you're in trouble. I can wake you up. I'm good at not sleeping.
Fink's normally pretty good at that.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I could sleep with you.
Trying to further our bond, but that's fine.
I don't know if I can sleep very well with you standing over me with a bucket.
Okay, that's fine. I'll stand watch over the city while you do that.
Oh, no. We talked about this.
You could come with me. I already have the costume.
I know. I saw that costume. It was red and yellow. That doesn't work
Red
at night.
and green.
Okay, so what's our plan? What are we doing? Do you want me to just go build a chariot while you guys do whatever you're doing?
You should pray, Melody.
What?
I'm just kidding.
If
Because
you
that's
think-
apparently what we're doing now.
We should, at some point, maybe look over the temple with fresh eyes as well.
Yeah, we need to go to the temple at some point. We need to kill everybody in there.
I'd like to explore the connection between, what's the name of that dragon again? The one who likes Lou and comforting to be around and makes me feel
Vigil?
safe. Vigil,
Vigil.
with her big arms.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's supposed to be there.
I'd like to try and explore the connection between Lou and Vigil, but
See-
I don't know how to do that.
See this, Melody? Anytime that I think there might be something there with a girl, Bren swoops in and wants to talk to her himself.
Bren, let Sid have a chance. You know he's bad at this.
I know. I'm trying to set him up with Roisin.
Okay, yeah, well, what's her... We haven't even looked at her yet.
Dylan
Dylan wrote an entire thing about her, and it's not been explored yet.
Is she living and breathing? Because then she's better than what he's got.
She is living and breathing.
Then let's give it a shot.
She has a cutscene if there's...
Do you know what? Let's invite her to build the chariot with us. Apparently she's a bit of a scholar. Also, where has Roisin been? Or not
In the
Roisin,
stairs.
Eleanor?
Eleanor.
I'm just gonna... She typically just, like, pisses off after...
Getting locked.
She's got to take care of her kids.
Yeah. Her grandkids. Her kids are
Grandkids.
dead.
Oh, my. Oh, yeah. I forgot.
They died in the wars.
Yeah.
In the war. They were just tools to be discarded.
Yeah.
I really hope he isn't going to turn us into a singularity.
Yeah, so we got a list of things we need to do. So we got the Icebox Challenge.
Most importantly, we need to find out what the fuck is up with that
That
ice.
I don't know why.
Because I know, come the end of it, it is going to be crucial.
We've got to
Absolutely fucking crucial.
we've got to
all
make a
of this.
chariot.
Yes. We've got to pilot the chariot. But, do you think we could give it wings? And
Wing-
Make it fly.
Wings,
Tip
rat, horns.
Alice, can you make our chariot fly? You fly around on a thing.
I mean, I could... If you really needed, I could lend you my carpet.
Let's build our chariot around
Now,
Rabbit's carpet.
they have been quite vocal about no flying spells in the arena. They
Oh,
seem to
they
think
have.
that is...
No, you're
But
absolutely
if it was
right.
just floating off the ground a couple of inches, that's probably fine.
I mean, there's going to be an oil spill. Let's be real about this.
Oh, yes, I imagine there's probably all sorts of obstacles that you'll have to do checks around.
So we've got a list of 5 things we need to do.
Read them out to me, Sid.
So we've got the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Yes.
We've got to make the chariot.
Yes.
We've got to go to the temple.
Yes.
We've got to give a body to the imp.
Yes. Which is probably
6
relatively
things.
close to being next on our list, I should say. What time is it now?
It's probably like 6 o'clock, we'll say.
Okay. So that's
You
basically
guys have
dusk.
I've done a lot of walking, came back, done eating, got your items, gone. He's gone, met with Rome, come back. You guys have talked a bit and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, keeping in mind that in Dolina, dusk comes about 3 hours earlier than everywhere else because we're in a crevasse.
Yeah.
I used 3 gold.
Oh yeah, it's like almost fully nighttime for like the lower levels of
Oh
the
yes,
city.
no, the rest of the world merely adopted the darkness. Dolinar was born and molded by it, you might say.
I used 3 gold and I booked therapy for you in the morning, Bryn.
Why do I need therapy?
And I kind of like give shifty eyes at Michaela.
Why the fuck do I need therapy? You're the one who's crazy for killing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, friends taking care of
Cocoa
friends.
Puffs.
Maybe meet Roman.
Meet Roman. And then there was one more. Oh, well, we can condense a few of these as well. The chariot can be made by the rock gnomes who have a body.
And also, we're going to ask the nymph if he's sure he wants that body or if he would
Or if he'd
rather
rather
go
be
into a chariot.
Yes, for sure. And I can't explain to you how on board I am for that
I
plan.
am going to be pissed if it doesn't happen.
It's actually important to me.
I know. Bringing an imp chariot into this arena to drive around is
I
the
can just
best thing
imagine
I
it
could
trash
possibly-
talking the other stupid
Oh,
chariot.
we need to go to the carnival because we need to get the gun.
Oh yeah, well I have other reasons to go there too.
Yeah, all right.
I've
so
been
you can just
keeping it
pick it up
mostly
while you're there.
off screen.
All right,
but-
fair enough. I didn't know if we needed a scene for that
No, I
No,
feel
that's fine. Yeah, you can guys
for,
can
for the
just-
listener.
Yeah.
It's best.
carnival gun.
The other
Okay.
day she was in an alley. I
I
saved her and then I just ended upside down on my rope. I gave her one of those Spider-Man 1 kisses.
The blood rushed to your head and you passed out and
Yes,
fell.
I fell down and she was gone.
Okay, well, you have time for maybe one of these things before this episode is done.
Ice
What would you like to
chariot.
do right now?
Imp chariot.
All right.
Okay, you're heading to Dulali Alley?
Doolally Alley first.
Okay.
Yeah.
On the way, picking up the metal bodies, or are you
No, we're going to-
just
Let's
going to...
ask him first. So
We're going to have to bring him out anyway. For the
Otherwise,
body.
he's going to go into the body.
Okay.
Or well, how do we get him
Hold
to
on.
the chariot?
No, first off, let's make the chariot.
Okay.
What, you want us to roll a dice or something?
See, I think it's dangerous if we give him a body if we don't say, "Hey, wait," and you'll go into the chariot.
Well, I can deal with him. Don't you worry about that. I'll go in and say, hey, buddy, do you want to be a 3-foot tall gnome or a chariot with a gun? I mean,
Oh, we also have to check in with the Backstreet Boys.
oh
we
yeah,
do.
that's actually quite important.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that first.
Is Backstreet back all right?
Oh yeah, did
Sorry, that was really good.
it was
Yeah,
it
well,
was.
that's
Thank
Yeah.
you.
But did Faust look like very
Jittery?
anxious?
You weren't able to tell.
Okay, so how about this? Send for the Backstreet Boys. We'll talk to them as we walk towards the gnome people, where we'll build the chariot, and then we'll go to Doolally Alley.
Okay.
And we've condensed 3 tasks into 1.
God, we've got like a task list.
Woo! Taskless!
Let's start a Teams channel.
You look so happy.
All right, Backstreet Boys.
Okay, we'll condense some of this, right? Just for the
Yeah.
for the sake of brevity.
Ooh, we need an 80s montage here.
AJ reports that Dragon Force went to the same manor that
The fucking ice
that
does
the
it?
ice got delivered to.
What?
No. What?
Go on.
Fuck, why though? I have no clue. Are they building ice statues of themselves? Lou is cold? No, he's not.
Doesn't look like that's where they're staying. That's like they went, they had a meeting, left.
And obviously the meeting contained a human-sized block of ice. Human-sized is a weird way to
And-
describe it too. Are they making an Iceman? Is this a Bobby Drake situation?
They're still tracking them, so they've kind of like come to find your report and are going back. And they believe they're heading back there again tonight. Dragon Force heading back to the manor tonight.
This is so fucking weird and out of the blue. It's wrecking my head. Can we just not worry about the rest of the list and just go here, please? I'm not even going to pretend. I'm just going to kick the door in and be like, yo, what's with the fucking ice? It's actually
It's just an ice sculpture.
It's getting at me.
It's just a party. It's just an ice sculpture.
Oh my god.
All right.
What other things you're doing? Are you picking up the?
First off, we're making the chariot with the help of the rock gnomes.
Okay.
And also, when we get there, I want to make sure that nobody has bribed them to sabotage our chariot.
Good. Give me a
gym site?
persuasion check.
Okay. You realize I'm going to burn.
Oh, you can give me a gym site
Okay, first we'll do gym site.
to see if, like,
19 on the dice.
yeah, you kind of question them to see if anyone has interfered. They fully have been asked by the broadswords to fuck up your chariot. If they've come for, on the off chance that they came for, that you guys came to them to build a chariot, that they are to give you an inferior one.
Okay, yeah, we paid them a little more to undo that.
Sure.
Yeah, nice.
I'm gonna say at this point your funds are running kind of low. We're not gonna get into like tracking things, but like I'm just kind of curtailing your like never-ending.
How dare you?
I'll ask my mom to send us some forks.
Some more forks.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to make sure that I if it means I run out of money now, I need enough to get that diamond.
Yeah. You're not like the diamond just for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just saying, like, it's you have less than half your pouch left at this point.
Fuck,
Kind of
so
saying.
I'm still.
So you're still fine for the
okay.
foreseeable.
I spend recklessly for a few minutes.
And yeah, Ensign Thistle Spring or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
It's like, yep, sure thing. What kind of things would you like on your chariot?
Oh, does it look like a rat?
Okay, sure thing. Can do. We're going to be pretty tightly pressed. You've come to us very late in the day. We've had 3 other orders for now, so we can see what we can do.
Put this gun on it.
Yeah, put this gun on it, please.
Yep, easy peasy.
Also, here is a flying carpet. Can you
Okay.
integrate that into the base of it?
Oh, well, yeah. So here's the thing. Flying is prohibitive, but maybe I can kind of do some
hovering.
Yeah, I can
talk
maybe
about-
I can give you like
Yeah,
a double jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, double jump.
Okay.
Also, I want grapple hooks. 2 of them. One on either side.
Grapple hooks, gun. Okay, you can choose one more weapon. It'll probably fit one more type of weapon on there.
Oh, should we have like spikes we can stick out the sides?
Or an oil slick we can put behind us.
No.
A net gun.
A net gun.
Wait, no, let's really just take a moment because we can. I want it.
Something that's reusable.
No.
Not a one-time
Hold
go
on,
thing.
I've got it.
Oh, sorry. You have 2 range, so you have to pick a melee thing.
Okay.
Okay. I think this is stretching the limits of it being melee, but I want it to have an extending pole that I can basically shoot to just be a neck high. Do you know, maybe we should get rid of the grappling hooks and just have it so that it can stretch a length of cheese wire behind it.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking for it, Sid. You said it's okay to kill people now.
No, that's not quite what I said. I think
Somewhere Faust is rubbing his hands.
I think that it should just have like a comical hand, like Inspector Gadget, that comes out and can just activate your immovable rod.
That's very funny, but also I have hands that
so
can do
a
that.
chariot that just slams into it.
What if? Well, I can just do that. What if though? What if it has a fist that we can punch things with, like on one of these scissor extendo things?
I think that's the funniest shit in the world. But
Done.
Wait, no, hold on. It's a rat. Can we have the tail?
Oh, hey, no, I stopped listening after you said extendo glove. We got loads of them.
I was thinking making the mouth chompy.
Yeah, the mouth chompy is good too.
Come on, chompy mouth.
Chompy mouth.
Where the fuck am I gonna get rid of all these extendo gloves? Okay.
I'll take them.
Okay.
Also, and not for nothing, but could you also put one of those crystals that harnesses like a soul in it? Or
Like you do in an automaton?
I mean, it doesn't. Harnessing souls is pretty serious shit.
Okay, just
whatever it is that
just
you-
the space that you normally would put one. Like
Yeah.
the bodies that you made for us.
Yeah, just like
yeah, that
the-
has
So that
like
way-
a control panel for an automaton.
Yeah, that we can take that control panel out and put it into this one if we wanted to.
Yeah,
You guys are into some fucking weird shit. But
You,
okay,
you fucking know it, buddy. This isn't even for the race.
okay.
Probably should ask for a speed.
Do you?
boost.
Hang on. I need to be clear because it's used to. Do you want teeth in this mouth, or is this mouth
Oh,
for
hell
another?
yeah.
Yeah, we want teeth.
Okay, right.
What'd you think it'd be for? Gumming somebody?
Hey, I just gotta ask these questions, all right?
You're drumming for a gumming, mister.
Okay, right. So, here's what you're gonna do for me.
Wait.
Because I'm helping you out,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a good craftsman. We'll,
You want to put your name on the side of it?
you're gonna roll 4d6 and drop and take the tree highest.
Okay, you roll 2, I'll roll 2.
I'm gonna do that 4 times.
Oh my god.
Okay, so what our players have done
I still have a
is
chaos luck point.
they
but it's
have
not bad.
rolled 4d6 and dropped the lowest one in the same way that you would create a character. And they've done that 4 times. Now, I would encourage my players to take out a piece of paper.
Okay.
Would you also encourage me to take out a pen because I've lost?
I would encourage you to take out a pen, yes. And I know you have one somewhere because you were taking
I've
down
taken
mad
some
notes.
Where's my piano gone? Oh, there it is. Tom the piano on sure.
So, take down your stats. You've got a 17, a 14, a 10, and 11. These work in the same way that a character stats would, i.e. your 17 is a +3, your 14 is a +2, a 10 is flat, and an 11 is flat. You have 4 stats for your chariot. They are speed, handling, durability, and strength. You can decide which of those stats you would like to assign your rolls to. So basically, he's like kind of taking your order. He's like, okay, so do you want to prioritize speed? Do you want to prioritize handling, durability, or strength and
Now,
offense?
I play a lot of Mario Kart.
Speed and durability. Get out ahead and survive out ahead.
I would say handling and durability.
Well, it is a race.
Yeah, I know, and there's going to be turns. Think about when you turn to be able to...
But we have high durability. You drive into the wall and let the wall make the turn for you. The Ridge Racer way, Ryan.
Because you can lose a lot of speed if your handling is bad.
You can. But also
Yeah.
we have an immovable rod that we can pivot around if we need to.
Because if he drops spikes in the road and we can't get around him...
But we can double jump over them. If it is Ben-Hur, which, let's be real, it is, there's going to be 2 major turns around. Am I right in that?
You're not very wrong.
Okay, let's
Fucking hell.
let's split the difference. What
So we
about
both want durability.
speed and handling then? But we'll just immolate immediately, won't we?
Yeah.
Can we heal?
soon as we have a bad
the
roll.
cart?
Well, I mean, it's a creature because it'll be possessed, by
a.
an imp. So I can just shoot it.
Well, I think if we do manage to get it possessed by an imp, it'll have advantage on shit like turns because it's a creature.
I think we'll have disadvantage because it's not going to fucking care.
Aim for the crowd. Okay, good.
You also need to. So this is not like a Mad Max machine. You need something to power it as well, or to. So you either need
I told you
soul.
we need
horses or things to pull it. You need to have some sort of engine to be
A soul.
to pull it. Soul's not going to be
It's an
enough
automaton.
No, sorry, Sid. Don't worry about this. Right? We know the Dulali Alley is filled with imps in bodies. We've got 2 imp bodies and a chariot. We put the 1 imp in the chariot and then we fill the 2 bodies and let them be our horses.
I thought you were going to say Doolally Alley and you were just going to take all of the crazy people.
Yeah, you lunatics! Yeah.
Okay, so what is your speed stat going to be?
You think speed and handling? I think durability. I think this is going to be a Mad Max situation. I think he's lying. We're going to be taking damage.
I think our durabilities are 17.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Strength, we can bullshit around needing. Like, we have our weapons. We have the immovable rod.
I'll just shoot somebody.
You have a bow. Yeah.
I think that can be our 10.
Hold on. You have a bow that now sends little localized fireballs, like roughly the size of a chariot, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I also have the Zephyr one that I'm going to use to push us forward.
Yeah, fantastic. Also, if I get the soul into the chariot, can I thunder step it? Because no, it's bigger than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's also cheating. They would definitely flag that for cheating.
Yeah, fair.
What is your handling going to be?
Now,
That can be our 11, fine.
no.
So actually, I'm going to tell
We'll
you.
just look at the +2 and the +3. They're the only choices we have to make here. Really.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? We'll do it that way first. Yeah.
It is a race. I think speed is important, but if you have the Zephyr thing, we can probably negate the lack of speed with that.
Maybe.
Okay, fuck it. Let's give it to handling. So we're going to give the 14 to handling.
Okay. And then durability.
But promise me we Tokyo Drift at least once.
Durability was our 17.
Oh, so, okay.
And then we'll go speed 10, strength. Or sorry, speed 11, strength 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So our party have rolled 46. They've 4 times they've dropped the 1 in the same way they create a character, and they have put their speed to be 11, their handling to be 14,
All right. Yep.
their durability to be 17, and their strength and their offense to be 10.
Yep.
Now, we're going to make a final in the same way that I've put way too much effort into this. Like, it's just too much. In the same way that you would get bonuses from like your race or your lineage or whatever, I would like you to make a crafting check for Instant Thistle Spring to see how well he does to give you bonus stats.
How many times are we rolling this?
Just once.
Do you want to, this dice has been doing good for us today.
So he is going to be, this is his entire thing. He's adding a +8 to this.
17.
Okay, so you get to the 25. Roll a d10 for me.
6.
You have 6 additional points to allocate wherever you want.
Woo.
Woo! Bring the speed up.
Yeah. Bring it up to 17.
I was going to say bring it up to 17. Yeah.
Well, wait. How's that work? 17 is +3. 16 is also +3.
Okay. So
16 is also +3.
But that means
the next
that-
thing, you need to bring it to 18 to get a +4.
Yeah. We don't have enough
can't do
for
that. So, oh, no, hold on. We bring it to +3 and then we give
Oh,
1
your
to
speed of the-
durability
yeah.
to bring it to +4.
Yeah.
So speed up to 17. No, sorry. What do we need? What's the minimum we need to get the?
You need to bring it up to
16.
16.
16. So we bring that
16
to
and 18.
16, and we bring our durability to 18,
Okay,
giving us
16, 14, 18, 10.
great. And then your modifications that you chose was the flying carpet.
Mhm.
You have your grappling hooks, a gun, and a chompy mouth. Then finally, you can choose 2 of these stats to be proficient in.
Speed and handling.
speed and handling. I was going to say, yeah.
Okay. So they will add your proficiency bonus to them, so an additional +4.
Woo.
That's 20 and.
As in, no,
20.
sorry, as in +4
on,
to
on the roll.
Yeah.
+7, +6.
Nice.
Okay, so they have then chosen to make themselves proficient in the speed and handling of their chariot, which is going to be shaped as a giant rat
Yes.
with a chompy mouth, a gun, a grappling hook, and
Magic carpet.
as a magic carpet for some bouncy action,
Double jump.
for a double jump. What is drawing or powering this? This is what you're hoping the
Well,
imp
yeah,
to be?
This is what we were hoping it's going to be a multiple imp situation.
Okay.
Or combustion.
Or combustion.
Or combustion.
Or giant Fink. Can we make Fink big?
And he just wears it like armor.
Well, even if he's a rat pulling a rat chariot.
If you wanted to go and source like a
And a
potion of
large-
giant size or in a large spell or something, yeah, by all means you could do that.
Can you wear the ring?
I was actually thinking about the ring. I don't think it would work for a familiar.
You can't attune to it.
It won't last long enough either. I don't
Oh,
think.
it's only for like a moment or two.
It's,
isn't
yeah,
it?
I think
Yeah.
it's
It's on a
only
reaction.
for a minute or something as well. So it's if
I-
it was for an
I'm-
hour, by no means. But also you have access to Abbott. He could easily cast a spell.
True. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to say it's either going to be an imp or Fink.
This
Okay.
is what I've been picturing the whole time.
Yeah.
The rat Hot Wheels I had growing up.
Wow.
You have stayed on brand for a long time.
Okay. Great. So
The
You-
Ratmobile. We're calling it the Ratmobile.
We are.
Okay.
you give the schematics over to Inston. He gets to work. He takes a big chunk of your gold to do it, and you take the metal bodies for the imps.
Yeah. I think.
Or
Yeah.
Should we bring
no?
him with us?
Yeah, we'll bring him with us. I think we do need to offer the chariot, but
Yeah.
I think we can benefit from this as well. Like they're going to see the chariot as an upgrade, so if we can get some more information out of them by offering them an upgrade,
Okay.
rather than just giving it to them. They don't know this is what we want more than anything except knowing what's going on with the ice. So, and I am going to drive into that place on my rat chariot and demand to know.
Okay, so you leave the Rock Gnome's workshop.
Bye.
They are working away. You take the Definitely Not Pleasure bots along with you and head to Doolally Alley.
Yes.
It is beginning night as descending on the upper levels of Dolina. As you approach, you see, the moonlight shining down on this, what is really a bleak and sad place.
Yeah.
And we will find out how your interaction with the imps goes on the next episode.
I forgot this was the same episode as the Faust talk. This is a long one.
Yeah, I know.
It's actually not that long. It's just table talk that we've that will get edited out. It's very long.
Yeah. Here's a little peek behind the curtains, dear listener. As of right now, when I'm speaking, it is 1 hour and 50 minutes long. This episode, we'll see what the edit turns into.
Oh, very interesting.
57 minutes.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. We've been Half Our Tales. You can support the show over on patreon.com.
Patreon, we have a Patreon.
Yeah, we don't need to belabor the point now. Come on, let's.
Nice and measured, Dylan.
Thank you.
Did you guys know we have a Discord? We have a Discord. You should be on the Discord.
There's a lot of theory crafting happens on the Discord, which I think is going to be very relevant after this. After this.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow us on Instagram. Follow us everywhere. Well, don't follow us on Twitter. I still have the account in case someone tries to impersonate us, but it is not updated because fuck Twitter.
Yeah.
But that is it from us. And now you will hear Con say some things to our Patreons.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello and welcome to the call-out section. This isn't going to be Con's call-outs, nor is it going to be Cash's call-outs or Mike's mentions. You know what? I'm going back and I'm thinking of fun NPCs to do these call-outs. So, let's see how long it takes until I start having to repeat NPCs. But for now, here is Blake's broadcasts. Anthony, the Dragonborn cleric, whose investigations have led him to seeing if the gnome Instant Thistle Spring can replicate the machine so he can study it. Becca, the artist on the run for daring to draw Roman in such a risque position. Hennessy, the leader of a band who's now also annoyed that they didn't get picked to Shadow Dragon Force, and so are now trailing Journey in the hopes that something happens there. Keith, the announcer in training who got hopeful when he saw Belorg stop coughing, but it was just some water that went down the wrong way. Kier, that stowaway bard in Vespuccio Circus, who's slowly coming around to Jeff the Clown's sense of humor. The VIP guest in the guest wing, being kept awake each night by a mysterious man with a gravelly voice who seems to be practicing speeches over and over again in the next room. That's right, Bren. You are vengeance. Nia, Having sold out all their merch, Nia has pivoted to selling devil head shots and is very much responsible for people getting far too uppity in the crowd. Rookie DM, now ex-member of Roshin's L&L group, determined to start his own group and his own story. Swamp Witch, the renegade fire dancer, who's now having second thoughts about this whole Roman propaganda thing. Why did it have to become so political? And finally, Welsh-lander, the respectable merchant who's now desperately trying to offload this ice before it melts. Maybe there's a prospective buyer in Nia. That's all for me. I return to my edgy pond now. Farewell.